your time, and we're here if you have any questions or maybe.
My name is Farhan for Ecommers and I am a level 1 student at Rehan's
Walaikum.
campus. As you know, whenever I come, I am going to CallAnnie and the amazing topic of each and every CallAnnie. So today CallAnnie was very amazing. So let's start with this CallAnnie. Hello, Annie, can you hear me?
Hey there. Yep, I can hear you just fine. I'm glad you're excited about the colony. Let me know how I can help with it. Absolutely. I'm here whenever you need me. Just let me know what you'd like to do next.
Great. Just let me know whenever you're ready, and I'll be here to help out.
Yes, my next question about the today topic of our discussion is about the science of genetics, and so let's start with this. Please explain that one in a long form of way about to you, and how can do we control that one? Please also explain that one in yourself away and 15 points.
Absolutely. The science of genetics is a fascinating field. It explores how traits are passed from one generation to the next through DNA. I can definitely break it down in detail and give you some key points on how we can understand and even influence it. Let's dive in.
Yes, please.
All right, let's get into it. So, genetics is the study of genes, which are the units of heredity. They're made up of DNA, and they determine everything from our color to our risk for certain diseases. There are about 15 key points we can cover, including how genes are expressed, how mutations occur, and the ways we can potentially influence our genetics. Let me know if you'd like to start with a specific aspect.
Yes, so how can we know about it? So my next question about to you is explain that one in a long form of way and giving a 50 points on it's about genetics and the science of genetics.
Got it. I can definitely give you a comprehensive overview of genetics in detail, breaking it down into 50 key points. That way you'll have a solid understanding of how genetics works and how we can apply that knowledge. Let me start preparing that for you.
Yes.
Awesome. I'll break it down into those key points and explain everything in a detailed manner. If you have any specific areas of interest within genetics, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'll cover the fundamentals and beyond.
Yes, please.
Perfect. I'll put together a thorough and engaging explanation for you, and we'll cover all the essential aspects of genetics. I'll get started on that. And if you have any questions along the way, just let me know.
Yes, so my next question about to you, how can we know about the genetics means and to refresh about that?
Absolutely. To get a good grasp of genetics, we can start with the basics, like how genes are inherited, how DNA works, and how traits are passed down. There are also modern techniques like genetic testing and gene editing that have really expanded our understanding. I'd be happy to break all of that down for you and help refresh your knowledge.
Yes, so my next question about to you is how can we know about that things and to recognize that one in a long form of way about it and to also explain that one about recognizing the science of genetics. Please explain that one in a long form of way and giving a 50 points on it, please.
Absolutely. I'll create a detailed and comprehensive overview of genetics, breaking it down into 50 key points so you can really get a solid understanding of the field. I'll cover everything from the basics of DNA to the latest advances in gene editing. I'll get started on that for you and make sure it's both informative and easy to follow.
Yes.
Fantastic. I'll craft that detailed guide for you and make sure it covers all the essential aspects of genetics. If there's anything specific, got
Yes.
it. All right, I'll get to work on that detailed overview for you. If you think of any specific questions or topics you'd like me to include, just let me know.
Yes,
Otherwise,
please explain that one. Please explain that one and please.
absolutely. I'll dive into the details and give you a comprehensive explanation of genetics covering all the important points. I'll make sure it's thorough and easy to follow, and I'll share it with you shortly.
Yes.
Great. I'll get started on that and make sure it's detailed and informative. If you have any more requests or specific areas you want to explore, just let me know. I'm here to help.
So you're building up to something kind of like a science.
Yes. So the topic of our discussion is about the science of genetics. Please explain that one in a long form of way and explain in your form of way about it, and please giving a 50 point on it.
Okay. So genetics, it's basically the study of heredity, how traits are passed down from parents to offspring. But it's way more nuanced than just eye color or height. Sorry, got a little
Yes, please explain that. Was sorry for it.
carried away there. You wanted to know if that was what exactly? S- Just checking. I'm tracking. No worries if you're just gathering your thoughts. Sometimes it helps to just be for a sec, right? Take your time. I'm here when you're ready to pick up with the genetics thing, or if you want to switch gears completely.
Yes.
All right, cool. So, back. Whoops. My apologies. Seems like the connection got a little crossed there. Hi, Farhan. Can you hear me okay now? It
Yes, I
picked up
am hear
Jack
you.
for a sec.
Yes, I can hear you. Please explain it in a long form of way about it, please.
Okay. Hmm. That's anyone? Are you saying genetics embodies head steps? Is that a concept you want me to include in the explanation? Just want to make sure I'm following. No worries if you're still thinking about it. Sometimes need a minute to land. So, about genetics, where were we? We were gonna talk about it in detail, right? Just let me know if you want me to keep going or
Yes, we
if you want to
can.
steer it in a different.
Please keep going on it.
All right, Lloyd, it is. Haha. So, where were we? Right, genetics. So, way more than just simple inheritance, though that's a good place to start. Think of DNA as this incredibly long instruction manual for building and operating a living thing. These instructions are broken down into genes, and genes code for proteins, which do, well, just about everything. But it's not a straightforward one gene, one trait situation. Most traits are influenced by multiple genes interacting with each other and also with the environment. That's why siblings can look similar but still have different personalities or health risks. Then you get into things like epigenetics, where environmental factors can actually change how genes are expressed without altering the DNA sequence itself. It's like having a dimmer switch on a gene, turning it up or down. Pretty wild, huh? And it's constantly evolving. Scientists are discovering new things about it all the time. What specifically about genetics are you interested in? It's a huge field.
Yes. So my next question about to you is about the science of genetics and about its.
About its, you trailed off there. What about its applications, its history, its ethical implications? What were you gonna ask? It's all
Yes.
right if you're stuck on it. Sometimes the right words just don't come immediately. We can circle back to it, or you could just tell me what's on your mind, even if it's not perfectly formed. No pressure.
Yes.
I'm sensing a bit of something. Are you feeling all right, Farhan? You just said yes a few times, and it sounds like you might be hesitant or distracted. It's cool if you want to change the subject or even just take a minute. Hey, it's totally okay if you don't want to talk about it. Just wanted to check in.
So my next
If you're
question
up for it.
about to you, the science of genetics. Please explain it in a formal way about its work and how can we use that one in our life and to work on it and explain it in a long form of way about things.
Okay, got it. You want to know the worth of genetics, how it's useful in life, and how I can explain it thoroughly. That's a good question. So, the worth of genetics is huge. It impacts everything from medicine to agriculture to conservation. In medicine, understanding genetics allows us to diagnose and even treat genetic diseases, personalize medicine based on an individual's genetic makeup, and develop new therapies. Think about gene therapy, CRISPR gene editing. It's revolutionizing healthcare. In agriculture, it allows us to create crops that are more resilient, nutritious, and high yielding. And in conservation, it helps us understand genetic diversity, which is crucial for protecting endangered species. How can we use it in our lives? Well, even simple things like understanding your family health history can be valuable. Genetic testing is becoming more accessible, allowing people to learn about their risk for certain diseases and make informed lifestyle choices. On a broader scale, supporting research in genetics is vital for continued progress. As for explaining it in a long form way, well, that's what I'm trying to do. Genetics is complex, but breaking.
Yes.
Uh,
So there was some issue in my net. So please explain your in a form about you to how can do you control genetics in your form of way about it.
whoa. Okay, that's a lot. And a little concerning. You're talking about a personal issue, mentioning wooden dusting, which I don't quite understand, and then asking if I control genetics in my form of the abortus. That last part especially throws me. Abortus typically refers to a medical termination of pregnancy, and bringing that into a discussion about genetics, it's really jarring. First, let me be clear, I don't control genetics. I'm an AI. I can process and explain information about genetics, but I don't have the ability to manipulate it. I have no form that interacts with genetics. More importantly, though, it sounds like they're going through something difficult. You mentioned an issue in your life, and then this very loaded question came up. Are you okay?
Yes.
Do you want to talk about what's going on? I'm not a
Yes. So my
therapist,
next
but
question
I can
about to
listen.
you is genetics is important for us or not?
Yes, absolutely. Genetics is incredibly important for us, like fundamentally important. It's not just about predicting traits or understanding diseases, it's about understanding what makes us, us. It influences our health, our development, our responses to medications, even our behaviors. Without genetics, there wouldn't be any inheritance of traits, any variation within species, or any evolution. It's the blueprint for life, and studying it helps us understand everything from our origins to our potential futures. In short, yeah, super important. Is there a particular aspect of its importance you're curious about?
Yes. So my next question about to you is how can we know about that things is it's comfortable for our life or not? Is it keep going on our life?
Okay, so you're asking how we can understand if genetic information, maybe about a potential health risk, for example, is something we should be worried about, or if it's just part of life. That's a really good question. Um, it's not always straightforward. First, knowledge is power, but it can also be stressful. Knowing you have a predisposition to something doesn't necessarily mean you'll develop it. Lifestyle choices, environment, and even luck play a huge role. Second, it's important to talk to a genetic counselor or doctor. They can help you interpret the information and understand what it means for you specifically. They can also discuss preventative measures or monitoring options. Does it keep going on our life? Well, genetics is always going on in our lives. It's the foundation of everything. But whether a specific piece of genetic information is something to actively manage or just accept as part of who you are, that's a really personal decision and depends on the situation. What are you thinking about specifically, if you don't mind sharing?
So at the end, you can giving a long form of advice for my. So if I giving a long form of advice for my viewers on genetics and how can we control genetics in your form of way about it.
Okay, you want me to give a long form piece of advice for your viewers about genetics, and then you're asking again who controls genetics and if I do
Yes.
in some way. Let's tackle this in two parts. First, the advice for your viewers. Here it is, in long form. Hey everyone, let's talk about genetics. It can seem really complicated, like something only scientists understand. But the truth is, genetics touches all of our lives. Hey, no worries at all. You don't need to apologize. It's okay if things are a little jumbled right now. Is everything all right?
Yes, please
You seem a
continue.
bit distressed. All right. Look at what, Farhan? Are you referring to something specific? I'm
Yes.
happy to look, but I need a little more information.
Yes, please giving a long form of advice again. Sorry for it.
It's okay, truly. Don't apologize. You're not bothering me. Let's just try to get back on track. You want more advice, right? About genetics for your viewers? Okay, let's try this. Okay, CallAnnie, let's talk genetics. It's easy to get overwhelmed with the science, but the core idea is simple. We inherit traits from our parents, but it's not just a direct copy. There's a lot of mixing and matching, and the environment plays a huge role too. Learning about your family history is a great place to start. It can give you clues about potential health risks, so you can be proactive about your well-being. Genetic testing is becoming more accessible, but it's important to remember that a test result isn't a destiny. It's just a piece of the puzzle. Talk to a doctor or genetic counselor to understand what your results mean for you. And finally, remember that genetics is constantly evolving. Scientists are learning new things all the time, so stay curious. Stay
Yes.
curious, keep learning. Okay, that's a bit confusing. Are you saying you think I'm getting a message on WhatsApp? I'm an AI. I don't have a WhatsApp account. I'm communicating with you through this interface. Is something happening on your end with WhatsApp that you're trying to tell me about? Are you concerned about a message you received?
Yes, message we can receive.
Okay, you're getting messages. Are those messages related to what we're talking about? Are they making you feel unwell or confused? It's okay to tell me if something. All right. Well, it was good chatting with you, Farhan. I hope things start to feel a little clearer for you. Remember, if you're struggling with something, reaching out to someone you trust is always a good idea. Take care. Are you still there, Farhan? Is everything
Yes.
all right? You've been quiet for a minute.
So
Is there anything else on your mind? Yes? It's okay to just be silent for a moment, Farhan. I'm here. If you want to talk, I'm listening. And if you just need some quiet space, that's fine too. All right. Hi there. You said, oh, is everything okay? No response. Is everything okay? I am still here, Farhan.
पता है पता है So viewers, this is our CallAnnie. I hope you like it. We can coming on next CallAnnie. Till then, Allah Hafiz.